If you're a regular listener to the program, you know we like to talk about budgeting on the show. Christina, I know last summer you and Rob did just a great show about budgeting where you took that word budget and created an acronym out of it. Why don't you refresh our listening audience and for our new listeners kind of what that budget word really stands for?
Sure. That was actually one of my favorite shows to record. It was a good one. But the acronym for budgets was B is for balance, U is for understanding, D is for debt, G is for goals, E is for expectations, T is for transitions, and S is for solutions. So if you didn't hear it, it did air on July 9th, so you can help yourself by learning how to best plan your budget.
Certainly check it out. Good opportunity to sort of check it out on your favorite podcast platform or go to our YouTube channel as well. Any trouble finding us on any of those channels, just go to our website, Nelson Financial Planning. You'll see the icons. They'll direct you directly to our channels on those platforms. Once you're there, make sure you subscribe, and then you're going to get updates of when we upload new content, which, of course, is every week because we do the show every week. Another great resource, in addition to kind of the radio program and specifically that July 9th episode where you and Rob talked a lot about budgets and kind of what the different parts of that really means is our book, right?
Absolutely.
Next Gen Dollars and Cents, our new book that we wrote last year. We will hold up a copy of the book for our YouTube audience, Next Gen Dollars and Cents. There it is right there. Free offer of the book ends on January 31. So once January 31 goes by, you'll have to go to the folks at Amazon and pay for a said book. We are offering, or we extended our free offer of the book past December 31 into January 31st. Still yours to be able to claim. To claim it, go to our website, Nelson Financial Planning. Just put in your name and address. We'll send you out a free hard copy. But in the book, there is a chapter on budgeting.
Yes.
As you would expect in a book designed to create
Financial
tools,
planning.
strategies, and things like that to generate financial success, but also some good QR codes in there as well.
That's exactly what I was thinking. There's some QR codes in the back that will help you create spreadsheets to generate your budget.
Goes directly to basically an Excel spreadsheet that we created in-house here, relatively robust sort of budgeting type of spreadsheet that you can go directly to there and download it. And that's available, of course, on our website as well. So, interesting. It's kind of interesting to hear some of these more recent studies that deal with budgeting, particularly one that we saw of late that talks about the health benefits of budgeting, which sort of makes sense. I mean, if you're having financial constraints, then that creates stress, right?
Correct. Yep.
And it's somewhere, there was a survey recently where like 64% of Americans said that money is a significant source of stress, and only like 39% of Americans can cover or can comfortably cover an unexpected expense of $1,000. So, and then you throw in the pandemic and increasing stress across the board. Now, not a doctor, but stress is probably not healthy, right? Raises blood pressure, heart rate, all of those kinds of things. And the reality is, a recent study with Northwestern Mutual, 92%. I mean, that's pretty good. 92% of Americans said that nothing makes them happier or more confident in life than when their finances are in order. So, Christina, without further, let's talk about some of we've identified 5 health benefits, if you will, of budgeting. What comes first on the list, if you will?
So, number 1 is budgeting can reduce physical symptoms of stress.
Okay. All right, that makes sense because if you're budgeting and you know where you stand, helps to reduce the anxiety that comes with not knowing sort of where you stand.
Right. It's that that feeling of not knowing and sort of being out of control. So if it is planned, it helps reduce some of that stress because you know where you stand.
Knowledge is always power, right? Knowledge is key to whether it's your finances or any other item, certainly understanding that as well. So other studies have concluded, in addition, some additional health benefits to budgeting as well.
Sure. So that would be bringing down physical stress symptoms, taking away muscle tension, stomach aches, and high blood pressure.
Yeah, so all good things. So, rather than go to the pharmacist, go to our website and download the free budget, and you might wind up being healthier as well. Another, health benefit of budgeting that some of the studies have concluded is it actually helps create a better immunity system, if you will, for people.
Yeah, and with reducing any stress, not just with budgeting, can help reduce your stress, which helps boost your immune system. And so when you have less stress and you have good immunity, you're going to look healthier and not get sick as often.
That's important, because if you can stay away from being sick, then that stuff doesn't cascade into something worse. And then if you stay healthy, what's the added benefit of staying healthy?
You'll live longer.
You live longer, which is good. But you also reduce the cost of your health care too, right?
Yeah,
so you don't
absolutely.
you don't have to pay as much for, it doesn't matter what insurance you're on. You probably got some copay when you go see the doctor. That's for sure.
Right, and that's what leads to number 3 is budgeting can help with your health care by being able to afford things such as preventative care, gym sessions, massages, which is one of my favorite, and eating healthier and going to maybe like a whole food sort of diet.
Yeah, because certainly the organic or the healthier foods are certainly cost more, and if you go to the grocery store these days, everything costs more. So finding that a lot of folks are kind of having to make those choices when they go to the grocery store these days. Other health benefits of budgeting. What's next on the list?
Next one is not overextending yourself. So
that certainly would make some sense.
I thought this one was interesting, basically stating that, this month there's no room in my budget for that. So as a way to say no to social activities or things that you're just too busy to kind of fit into your schedule, you use your budget as a way to say no if that's kind of hard for you to do.
Well, it also helps, not overextend yourself. Also reduces stress because you're not constantly being busy.
Yeah,
So that certainly makes sense. And then lastly, I guess it does help you to live longer and build the life that you want if you're rolling on a budget, right?
Yeah, basically. Your budget reflects your personal values. So when you're able to have that a little bit more organized, you're feeling healthier and happier, and happiness generally reduces stress. So makes life a little easier for you.
There you go. So yes, indeed, the health benefits of budgeting. See, you think it's all about finances, but it really is all about your entire quality of life at the end of the day that we talk about when it comes to money.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it comes down to happiness, and we don't like to say money generates happiness, but to some extent, you do have to have money to do the things that make you healthier and happier.
That is for sure, because certainly there's always choices that you can make with your money, but if you are managing it, keeping track of it, using a budget, then it really does help in so many more ways than just financially.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, we're going to wrap it on up and get on out of here. Christina, thank you as always for joining me on this week's program. We certainly appreciate that. Next week on the program, fellow certified financial fiduciary Rob Field is going to be joining us. We're going to be talking about the Corporate Transparency Act. Maybe you've started to hear about this one, but there's a lot to unpack on this in terms of what you have to do if you have a business, and you have to do it by the end of the year. So we're going to be talking about that on next week's program. In the meantime, thank you for listening to this week's program. This has been another episode of Dollars and Cents with Joel Garris and Christina Lamb of Nelson Financial Planning. Make sure you go to our website if you have any questions or would like to set up an absolutely free conversation so that we can help you with your finances.